Okay, so although I was kind of waiting to plan on doing a, bigger video about this, I guess I'm just kind of gonna toss it out there and just do something quick and short because I got too much other crap going on. So about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I purchased an Okamoto 618 manual surface grinder that I just so happened to get lucky with finding someone selling it that was only like 2 hours away. I've been looking for a surface grinder periodically or on and off for the last like year and a half, but it seems like they're always in California or Connecticut or someplace. So when I came across this, I was like, shit, like I have to have it, even though I didn't have space in here for it really. So I wound up just buying it and putting it up at my day job, and haven't even got around to like putting feet on it yet, or really like cleaning it up or getting to, there's a little bit of maintenance and setup that needs to happen before it's like fully operational. Like I want to make a wheel balancer that I've designed already. I've already cut all the material for. I think I mentioned that earlier or in the previous video, but that's going to be it right there. And I've also got an idea for a diamond dresser that we're gonna make. Hopefully we'll get around to, I gotta have my boss, who's the welding master, do some welding for that, but I've got the material for that recently, so hopefully maybe that'll get done by the end of the week. But and then just been kind of trying to slowly tool it up. And I had ordered, after trying to do some research into understanding the differences in grinding wheels and the code of numbers and letters and what it all means for various grinding wheels, I finally figured it out a couple weeks ago. And so I've been also slowly ordering a few different grinding wheels. I got the one it came with, but it's already, kind of ate up. I don't even know how old it is. It's just the one that's already on there. And then I ordered another one that I'm not going to show right now. It's up at work, but I've ordered it like the first week I got it, just something different before I even really understood what I was purchasing. But so I ordered this one, and because I think it's it's a kind of like a new old stock deal, but it's a Norton, and I had done some research, and after I finally understood, the codes of everything, I had found out that the particular Gemini series and the grit or grain and everything, all the stuff that goes into the code of or model number or whatever you want to call it for a surface grinding wheel, that this would be particularly one of the better general purpose wheels that would fit my machine. And I think brand new they're probably at least like 2 or 3 times as much, but this was just new old stock. Found it on eBay, and so I ordered it. And unfortunately, well, hopefully this winds up being a fortunate deal, but the person I ordered it from shipped me the wrong thing. And so I wound up getting this Norton wheel here, which is not the Gemini series, but I mean, I saw it when I was trying to learn about this stuff. I was looking in their catalog, and I saw that these this particular style of wheel or series of wheel, there was quite a few of them in there, so they're obviously a good wheel, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. For one, it's only a 1/4 inch thick. My machine can take up to a full inch thick wheel, and the one that I was trying to order was a 1/2 inch thick. The grain and grit and all of that stuff, I think is, if not identical to the wheel I was ordering originally, it's pretty close. But luckily the guy was pretty cool about it, and when I messaged him to try and be like, hey, you sent me the wrong thing, can I send this back and get the correct one, because I kind of need that, he was just like, hey man, keep the wrong one I sent you, and I'll get the correct one sent out tomorrow. So it's people like that are the kind of people you want to do business with. So as long as the correct wheel winds up showing up, and like, I'll be a repeat customer for sure. You know, you can't beat people like that. If they make an honest mistake, don't hold it against them if they're willing to make up for it. And hell, that's how you build good relationships with honest people. But you know, so hopefully it winds up being a pretty cool deal that I got an extra wheel out of the deal, and still looking forward to getting that one. But then on top of all of that, I also had ordered some of the little I'm just gonna call them the wheel nuts or wheel hubs that hold the wheel onto the spindle here, and it doesn't have these two dowel pins aren't a part of it. I just kind of had shoved those in there because although my machine came with like a whole bunch of extra like little deals like wrenches and tools and stuff in this box and various things, it didn't come with a spanner for, you know, loosening up these little hubs or nuts or whatever. And so I had just kind of last night shoved these 1/4-inch dowel pins there in this one that just showed up that I bought on eBay, to try and see if they would fit, because if they would fit, then I'm eventually going to take these out and either have old boss man weld them to like a, you know, a crescent wrench or something, or get a piece of stock and, you know, maybe I'll drill and ream a hole that I can fit some of these through, just to have something that I can use to loosen these up, since it didn't come with a wrench for that. So these aren't actually part of it. They're just kind of shoved down in there at the moment. But yeah, so got another extra one of these besides the one the machine came with. I think this one right here can hold up to at least a 5/8 inch thick wheel is what it looks like. It may be a 3/4 inch. I didn't measure it, but just from the pictures on eBay, and he had it up against a ruler, I could tell that the flat right here that my pointer finger's on was at the widest point 5/8 wide, so it may be made for a 3/4 inch wheel. I don't even know if they make 5/8 inch wheels, but one of the other wheels I've already got up at the shop that was new on stock is a 3/4 inch, or yeah, it was 3/4. So like I may just throw this on that, and then the wheel that's on the machine right now is a 1/2 inch, so I'll just take that old one off, and when that Gemini that was just on here shows up, then I'll wind up using that hub for that, and then slowly over time I'll get some more that'll fit like that wheel, and I plan on getting a whole bunch of other ones for, you know, different purposes, and as I try to tool this thing up. But yeah, I really haven't gone into much. I mean, I may have mentioned it once or twice, but haven't really gone into any describing like the machine, or, you know, even that I really bought one, other than making like saying a couple words here and there about it. But also, along with some of this stuff finally showing up, even though the machine's not, you know, what I would consider in an ideal position for use yet, not having feet up, like leveling feet on it, and, you know, still needing some more tooling, and still haven't like cleaned it up and, you know, dressed the mag chuck or anything yet. For the first time today, since it's just been sitting there, we're actually kind of just like, fuck it, and decided to try and put it to use. Just kind of test run, and got to use it to do a little bit of service grinding on the back of some M76 rails we're building up like 4 M76 kits right now for some customers, and some of these rails were kind of, you know, warped or bent and needed a little bit of work done to them. So we were kind of messing, trying to figure out how we're gonna do it. And I was like, fuck it, let's try the service grinder. It's there, you know what I mean? Even if it's not, you know, ideally set up yet. And so I managed to, you know, put the phone down for a second and, you know, captured a few minutes of me using the service grinder to do that on a couple of the rails, and just figured it, you know, probably boring for everyone else to watch, because it's just a dude sitting by a service grinder being all zen, you know, turning the handles back and forth. But in reality, I was pretty fucking stoked just to finally get to use a machine I bought 2 months ago for, you know, something we needed to use it for. And so I thought, hell, you know, I guess I'll just make a video and show that and talk about some of this stuff, just since I haven't, instead of trying to make some big deal about it later, it's all long talking about service grinder or something that's just pretty quick and shows it getting used, and some of the shit goes along with it. Later on in the future, I'll do some more updates about you know, after we actually get it really set up and cleaned up, and you know, have some videos about some of the projects for making the wheel dresser and like the wheel balancer. And then, you know, in the further future, I'm sure we'll see more usage of it in other videos. But like I said, I was just kind of stoked to finally get to operate it after having bought it and having it sit there. And you know, we had electric to it, you know, within a few weeks, but just haven't got to use it for anything yet.